Welcome to the Mary Mac Show, where we will be talking about your feelings, experiences, and pain following the death of a loved one. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you find yourself in this entire world, I welcome you. So how are you, my friend, my warrior? I certainly hope you're doing better this week. Last week we spoke about the gift of simplicity. And since I have some other things I'd like to share with you, we're going to continue with that topic today. Last week we spoke about how to deal with your possessions, cleaning closets and drawers one at a time, releasing debt, such a big topic actually, because when we're in the middle of grief, it's very difficult for us to just concentrate on our finances and all that matters and so much debt and so many expenses. And I wanted to give you different ways to release some of that debt and pare it down so it would be a little bit easier on you, not so much struggle. We also talked about decreasing our screen time, which is so important because we spend way too much time on our computer and our phone, our tablet, and even a watch that gives us more information. It's time to allow that to be substantially decreased in our life. All of that and social media especially. We also talked about multitasking and how it's a little better to do one thing at a time. Before we became bereaved, it was a little easier for us to do multitasking. But now, that's not as easy as it used to be. And there's no reason for you to beat yourself up. So I encourage you to just take one task at a time, complete it, and then move on to the next. I think you will find it will be a lot better for you. So today, I'd like to talk about additional ways to help yourself during this time. One of the things that I find most effective is taking a cup of tea and sitting on the sofa in the morning and just having some quiet time alone. This is one of my morning routines. I also sit in silence and I meditate and I pray and I think about what the day will bring and what the week might bring and how I can accomplish all that needs to be done. I listen to something uplifting, motivating, and whether that's reading a chapter from a great book or watching a video on my phone or on the computer, that will uplift me and make me feel so much better than when I first woke up. And in the evening, I always write the 5 things I'm most grateful for in my journal, just like I ask you to do. It's really important to do that because we go to bed with a wonderful sense of accomplishment in our mind. We go to bed knowing that great things are occurring in our life. Sometimes we don't feel that way, but if we look at the little things that we're grateful for, the smallest of things, it can be clean sheets, a roof over your head, the tea that you have, special tea that you love, or a special coffee, for instance. Something that brings you joy. Maybe you lit a beautiful scented candle and you're enjoying that. Those are the things you want to be thankful for. They don't have to be huge things. just things that bring you joy. You also have a time in the evening to review the day and see what's been helpful to you and what you weren't so crazy about that occurred. Make those notes to yourself. You might remind yourself of those things and realize that's not a direction you'd like to go down again. Other more practical things that we can help ourselves with to simplify life is to shop well. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, there's a lot of times we go shopping and we really don't have a clue what it is we'd like to buy. We kind of go up and down the aisles and take in all the beautiful things or all the practical things, and we just put them in our cart and don't give it a second thought. But if we go shopping with a definitive list, definitive knowledge of what we need, and then go to the shop or shops that you are fairly certain you will find that item, you will not overspend and you will get exactly what you want. Do not use shopping as a retail therapy. It doesn't do anyone any good. You see tons of things and you buy them to make yourself feel better, but chances are you won't wear them or use them, and they'll be in a closet with their tags on, maybe in about 6 months. And you'll realize you've wasted so much money and you're not happy anyway. It only puts you into debt and doesn't provide the actual garment you wanted to begin with. So start with your list. Go to the exact store you know will offer you that wonderful garment and enjoy it and use it and wear it well. Also consider that when you buy clothing, try to buy those that are easier to care for. If you're in a profession that requires a suit and a tie and a shirt, or a woman needs a suit and a blouse, then you'll be needing a dry cleaner at times. But with the COVID virus, so many of us have been at home for very many months now, and we can get away without having a suit and tie on, except if we're in a Zoom meeting online. But if you do have to use your shirt or blouse for a meeting, then remember to pull it out of the dryer very quickly and let it hang up to air dry. If you're lucky, you can get away with not having to iron it. So when you go shopping, give great consideration to the items that you buy so that you'll have a hassle-free laundry. And also, talking about laundry, you might want to pick a weeknight to do your laundry. This frees you up to do things outside your home on your days off. And you need this. You need to plan for this. You need to plan something on the time that you're off so that you don't become stagnant and start worrying about the house cleaning and the laundry and all the tasks and errands that you need to run. Try to do a little bit each night on the way home from work. Or if you're at home now, try to do a few errands during the week. So when the weekends come or when your days off come, you know that you are free to enjoy them. And you need that now. You need to set aside time just for yourself to be able to just get out, enjoy nature, and enjoy life. Now, for the women in our audience who may be lovers of beauty products, you might consider how much is too much. I have always been perplexed by women in my family or among my friends who really get into this, all types of makeup, which not only is extremely expensive, but they try so many types and colors that their countertop in the bathroom is completely covered. And I realize that magazines and ads have brainwashed us into believing this is what all women have, and I'm here to tell you it's not. Not everyone uses tons of makeup, and you might want to consider, do you really need that much? Do you really need that many types? What if you streamline that into maybe just a handful of products that are the best for you and you really enjoy using them? This will help you not just financially, but to streamline your life in this way. And so many of us who have been working remotely can tell you that not only do we wear less makeup, but less lipstick too, because it clogs up our masks and ruins them. So, ever since the pandemic began, we've been wearing a lot less makeup and especially lipstick, which damages the masks. And there's really no need to start that all up again. Other things that can help you streamline your life right now are to cancel all the magazine subscriptions and any kind of boxes that you might have joined on a monthly basis, or even food preparations that come once a week. Because when all's said and done, and you really look through what comes in all these boxes, or even in the magazines, the value of these products are a lot of nonsensical items that are sent that you don't even use anyway. Most of these boxes have very little value. And besides, anything in a magazine you can basically find online for free. These boxes come with candles and trinkets and all kinds of little gizmos that you never use anyway, and they just kind of build up there, maybe in a junk drawer, and you ask yourself after a while, why am I paying for this? So do yourself a favor, streamline in this area too. Also, when you go to the grocery store, what would happen if you went with a list? Now, I know a lot of people do that, and I do that because I want to be able to get in and out fairly quickly. But I also don't want to buy a whole lot of products that I don't need. And when we go without a list to the grocery store, that's usually what happens. We come home with an abundant amount of things we didn't anticipate purchasing. And we come home and we realize that we've purchased so many extra things we didn't need and all the money that it took to do so. So keep a list in your kitchen on a pad, and as the week goes by, add in all the things that you need so it's so much easier when it's time for you to go to the grocery store. Instead of subscribing to all kinds of movie channels and cable that is outrageously expensive at this point, and you sit there and you click through channels, hundreds of channels, and you still can't find anything that appeals to you. What would happen if you just went to the library and really enjoyed their audiobooks and their videos or their DVDs? I know a lot of people don't go to the library, but it's an abundant source of all kinds of wonderful works, not just books, but they have so many different things to choose from. Instead of buying audiobooks, use the ones from the library. And if they don't have what you want, oftentimes they'll find it in an adjoining library for you. And when it comes in, they'll alert you. It's a wonderful service. And also, many of these books are in ebook form that you can just go on to the library's URL and find that exact book online to read. It's wonderful. It saves you a ton of money, and it's right there at your fingertips. I remember years ago that I would go to the library on a Friday evening and I'd take out 2 of the DVDs for the weekend so I'd have my movies underway. And I'd also take out an audiobook to listen to as well. It was something I really looked forward to. And I got to the place where I actually had watched almost all of the DVDs that appealed to me from the library. It kept me company on the weekends, and it helped me not to focus so much on my pain. So, do take these different ideas into consideration. It's a way of streamlining your life and your living situation. A less complicated life right now for you is so valuable. You deserve a stress-free life while you're experiencing the death of a loved one. Your grieving process will take a long time, and I want you to have as stress-free a life as is possible. So now it's time to get up or wiggle in your seat and dance, dance, dance and enjoy the music. And yes, I know you think this is silly, but just get up and do it for me anyway, okay? Thank you for being with me today and listening in. Please remember to write 5 things each evening in your journal that you are grateful for. Please subscribe to my podcast wherever you listen to me, and share with those who may benefit from this knowledge. And as always, remember to be happy because you deserve to. I'll speak with you again soon.